You're live.
All right. All right. Thank you. Welcome everyone to another edition of Binance West Africa Newbie Walkthrough. It's another pleasant evening. Depending on where you're watching us from, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're watching us from. My name is Kazim Seidu, and my co-host here is V. V. You want to say some welcoming words to our viewers?
Yeah, welcome to this week's episode of Newbie Walkthrough. We'll be having a very exciting time. We'll be going through the trading charts, candlesticks, and also indicators. So, buckle up, we're going to have a really amazing time together. Yeah, so Kazim.
Okay, yeah. So today we'll be looking at a lot of things, especially exactly. Exactly. Today's session is meant to take you from absolute newbie into the trading aspect properly. We're going to be looking at a lot of things, the common indicators, and also the charting and how you can customize your chart on Binance. V will be starting now, taking you through how you can customize your chart on Binance and some candlestick patterns. So please follow us, and also remember to look out for the giveaway form and field for you to be able to share from our giveaways. Thank you very much. V, over to you.
Hello. Um, Hi Kazim, can you see my screen? I'm just hoping that I really wish I could get feedback. I don't know if Kazim can't really hear me. Okay, so I'll begin right about now, but let me just be sure if my screen.
Please go on. Please go on. We can hear you now.
Okay, and
We
can you
can
see
see your
my.
screen. Yeah.
It's coming
Right?
up.
We
It's
can see.
coming up. It's coming up. It's coming up.
Perfect. All right, so
It's coming
welcome
up.
once again. All right, so let me just wait for a while. So kindly give me some feedback if it's on now so that I can move on.
Yes, yes, yes. It's clear. We can see your screen now.
All right, so yeah, so as we just said, we'll be going into the trading charts, and this is I've just logged into my Binance account. In our first walkthrough, we went through how to, sign up an account with Binance and onboard, do your KYC and everything. So if you have not seen that video, kindly go check our first video. We took us through that, how to sign up an account on Binance and then move on with it. Now, after that, we looked at how to place trades and everything. And before you can place trades and do all that, you need to understand the trading charts. If you need, because of course you definitely need some ideas from these trading charts. So right about now, I'm just in my Binance account. I've logged in, and then we are in the markets. So I want to start from here because it's a really key point that we need to start from. So from the markets, so just here, you just click in the dashboard, you see the market. So here, the markets, you see the highlights points, the new listings, the top gainers, the top volume coins. So all this is going to give you some essential information you need. Now, following through, we can see all the cryptos here on Binance. So you can scroll through and through and through and see whichever crypto you want to deal in, right? So let me just go to the first one, Bitcoin, right? So here we have the details of Bitcoin. We have the price, we have the change. So the change basically means 24 hours, the price change. So we have seen a 1.75% increase in the price change of Bitcoin. Then we see the trading 24-hour volume here. We see the market cap. If you want to know more details, you can just click on this detail. It's going to take you to another page where you're going to see BTC into details, then more about it. Now, that is not the point in this video. we are definitely just going to move into trade. Okay, so I'm going to click on trade. Now this is going to open a new, window for us. All right, so welcome to Binance Spot. So as we know, Binance is very user friendly, because at every point in time you're provided with videos and guides that can help you through. And aside all these videos and guides, we have a Binance Newbie walkthrough for you. So let's follow through. So on the first glance, this looks a little bit intimidating, I must say, because if you are new to trading, if you are new to cryptocurrency, seeing this kind of thing here looks a little bit horrific, to say the least. But I believe that going through this platform today, the trading platform, we are going to understand into details what everything here means, and then how to navigate your way. All right. So first of all, I want to just show you, three main things here. We have the original view. So in this view that we are in now is the original view that is provided by Binance. Then we have the trading view. Then we have the depth. Okay. So for this particular tutorial, I'm going to start from the original view. Then I'll move into the trading view and into the depth. Right. So this is our original view. Looks so complicated right now, but I'm going to break it down right from the top to the bottom. So what we see here is our pair. Now I took you to the markets, and then we saw, let me just go back there, and then we saw a number of cryptocurrencies. Now these cryptocurrencies have been paired. Okay, have been paired, and that gives us the market. So we have BTC parents, we have Ethereum parents, we have USDT parents, USDC parents, BNB parents, and that is what we see here. So this particular one is BTC/BUSD. Now, let me call the first one, that's the base cryptocurrency, and the second one is the quote cryptocurrency, right? So it means that 1 unit of the base cryptocurrency is equal to the quote the amount that's going to be quoted here for us. So I just want us to look at that. So you're going to see that now. I just want to zoom this in a little bit so that we could see. So we have 1 BTC is equal to the current price that we have here in BUSD. That's what this simply means, right? So 1 unit of the first one is always equal to a particular quantity or price of the second pairing or cryptocurrency. So don't get confused. If you see ETH BUSD, means 1 unit of Ethereum is equal to the quoted price of BUSD or USDT or whatever it's paired with. So I guess that is clear. So that is what we have here. That is what this means. So this is the market we are currently looking at. Now we have, this is showing the current price here. So kindly follow the mouse as I hover around the various portions of the trading view. So this here is the current price of Bitcoin here, and it's quoted in BUSD. So 1 Bitcoin is currently 24,245 BUSD. So that is what we see here. Now we see the 24-hour change. Then in 24-hour, we see the high, the low. We'll get into that pretty soon when we look at the candlesticks. Now we have the volume also. That is the trading volume. That's the trader activity on Bitcoin in the 24-hour period that we have seen. Okay. Then we have the 24-hour volume on BUSD. Now BUSD is the Binance USD, stable coin that we have. Okay. So that is it. That's in 24-hour. This is the volume traded here. So I believe at the top part here, this is quite okay. So now, this implies the market. When you click on this, it's going to give you more details into Bitcoin. Now, this is the current price. You can see it's fluctuating. And then we have the 24-hour change that is in the price. So in 24 hours, Bitcoin has done 1.3786%. It's fluctuating over 24 hours. Then we have the 24-hour high, 24-hour low, 24-hour volume, that is the trading activity, the units of Bitcoin that has been traded in 24 hours. That's the units. Okay, so we have the 24-hour volume. Then we have, the 24-hour volume of BUSD as well. So the top part here has been fully covered. And I think when you open up any chart at all, you'll be able to fully understand exactly what these figures mean. Now we move on to this side. So I'm hovering around this side. Now this side is what we call the order book. Okay, so I can scroll down and you can see that. So you can see that we have the order book here. You can see the first side, all the figures are in red. And the second part, all the figures are in green at this side. Okay, so what this basically means are the red figures here we see are the sell orders. So the order book contains all the pending orders. on this particular pair. So they are pending orders waiting to be executed, and that is what is contained in the order book. So this upper portion here simply means the sell orders. So these are the prices traders have put in and are waiting for it to be executed in the market. Now, when we come here, these are prices buyers have put in and waiting to be executed in the market. Okay, so this is basically what we call the order book. Now, you can see the top here. The first side is just telling us that we can have both the buy and the sell orders side by side. All right. When you move to the next one, you only have the buy orders. That's what you see here. So you only see the buy orders. So those are the figures quoted in green. So you only see the buy orders. When you move to the next one, you only see the figures and quoted in red, and that is indicating the sell orders, right? So basically it's just to help you figure out things early if you want to concentrate on the sell aspect or the buy aspect, or you just want to have them side by side. So when you toggle through all these, they will just guide you. So I'm just going back to having them side by side so that you can actually see the various buy and sell orders in the order books. Remember, these are pending orders waiting to be executed, so in the market, right? So let me just interpret one of them. So what this means is that we have at the price 24,212. Okay, it's changing. So let me just say at this first part, we have 0.06. That's the quantity of BTC waiting to be executed, and the total of the total number of coins here are here. All right. So that's basically what this means. All right. So you can interpret that for that. So this is the order book. Now we have looked at this side too. So let's move to this far right. Now here you can see the various coins here. You can see BTC, BUSD, right? Now here you can search for any coin pair that you want, and if it's available on Binance, you will actually see it pop up. All right. So for example, I'm looking for BNB, right? So I just type in BNB. So after typing in BNB, you realize that we have all the BNB pairs here: BNB BTC, BNB USDT, BNB BUSD, and you can click on any of them for it to show here, right? So let me just click on BNB USDT. So you can see that the chart is going to come up nicely over here. So whatever pair you're looking for, you can find it right here. Now, I want to, for illustrative purposes, probably you're new to cryptocurrency and you just know the name of the coin. Now, these letters you see here are just the ticker names, okay? These are like 3 letters, 4 letters, which represents in the particular assets that you're looking for. So these are the ticker names. But for example, for no illustrative purposes, not financial advice. Remember, anything we are doing here is not financial advice. I forgot to say that. Trading cryptocurrencies is risky because they are volatile assets. So do your own research, and this is purely educative content. Okay, so for example, for illustrative purposes, I hear of a coin called Ripple, and I want to find it on Binance. So as naive as I am, I come here and type Ripple, and nothing comes up. So don't be disappointed. You need to know the ticker names, okay? So you basically have to go back to the markets here, and you see all the coins here. You can just come and search for the coin you're looking for. You type it here, Ripple, and it's going to come up, and you're going to see the first, this XRP here is the ticker name. So it's the ticker name you're going to use to search for any asset when you go to the market. You don't have to type the full crypto, and you don't need to memorize the ticker names, okay? You just have to come here, search for whichever coin you're looking for, and you find the ticker name and then use it over there, basically. Or you can also use CoinMarketCap, have it open up here. So CoinMarketCap is a asset price aggregator, and then gives you so many amazing details that you can find about any coin. So in the same way, you can search for any coin here. Let me search for BNB, and BNB is quite intuitive because the name of the coin is BNB and the ticker name is just aligned. So there are no issues with that, but it's not every asset that's like that. So if you're confused about any asset, you can just come here and search. All right, so moving on. So basically, that's what you find here. All right. So if you want to find BUSD pairs, you click on BUSD. All BUSD pairs are going to pop up. USD pairs are going to pop up. BNB pairs, BTC pairs. If you're looking for any kind of alts, they are all here. All right. So this is really comprehensive and helps you. So you can use these sliders here to navigate if you have not yet found whatever you're looking for. Right now, here we have the pairs also listed here and their prices, right? And the percentage change over 24 hours, basically. And one amazing thing is that you can actually sort out the pairs in alphabetical order. So you see that I'm going to click here, right, to just look at exactly what the cursor is. When I click it, you can see we have all the assets starting from Z going downwards. Okay, so it's sorted in alphabetical order from the very last letter going upwards. When I click it again, you can have it sorted in various ways. This was the default way it was presented, and I click it again, you can have it sorted in alphabetical order, Ave going down the A's and all that. So that's one amazing part. You can actually sort out the pairs in accordance with whatever you want to do, and the prices too can be sorted out. So you click them, in accordance to the least prices, the high prices, either in ascending order, descending order, however you want it to be. And with the change too, you can sort them from the losing pairs in that order to the top gainers in that order. Whatever you want to do, you can actually sort it out nicely. So it's really an amazing tool that can actually help you, whatever pair you want to find and in whichever order or in whatever sorting you want. So that is what this particular area is used for. Now I move down here, and these are the market trades. So this basically tells us the trades that have been executed. Okay, so when we come here, I told you this is the order book. These are the pending trades, and when the trades are executed, you can actually find them here. All the trades that have been executed and the amounts and everything that you need to know are all here. All right, so now I believe we are done with the top and the two sides of this particular chart. So we can actually see what this top side is. This side, the order book, the details of the market is here, and then the various markets, and then the market trades are also here. Now to the elephant in the room, that is the main chart area. Okay, so I'm going to break down this main chart area. As you can see some red colored, green colored, sticks on the screen. We are going to go through all of that, and then we're going to break them down. Okay, so before I move on, let me just clear these things from the screen so that we have a very clean chart. Okay, so what you see on the screen here are called the candlesticks, Japanese candlesticks. And these Japanese candlesticks are basically telling us the story of the market. Okay, it's telling us the price movement within particular price ranges. So when we look at the top here, you can see time. So we have various price ranges that we have here. We have the 15 minutes chart, and what it means that every single candlestick represents that particular time period. We have 1 hour charts, we have the 4-hour charts, the daily charts, the weekly charts. When you click here, you can find more time intervals. Okay, so if you want to have some of them still appearing at the top, you can have your 2-hour charts appearing at the top so that you don't always have to toggle and go look for it. So that's basically what it's for. And these time frames allow traders, give insight to traders on a particular, how the market is moving and how they can project it, and they give traders ideas based on different time frames that are available. And there are various kinds of traders. You have swing traders, you have day traders, you have scalpers, and all these various time frames are very, very important to all these traders for them to actually make their decisions. So these candlesticks actually take the form of the time that they are given. So I'm in a 2-hour chart. It means that every single candlestick here is 2 hours. Okay, so every candlestick here is 2 hours. For this purpose, for this illustrative purpose, we have the green candles and the red candles. Then the green candles show that the market is moving upward. So what we call, these are bullish candles, right? It means that the markets are moving upward. The market is basically moving upward. And then we have the red candles, which are showing that the market is moving downwards. Okay, so it shows that the market is pushing down. So we have the bearish candles. The bulls and the bears, these names came from the animals, how bulls attack and how bears attack. So that's how basically this came about. So we have the bullish candles, which are here green, and the bearish candles, which are red. Mind you, they are not always green and red. You can customize them to suit you. Okay, so but personally, I really do love this. This is kind of the default we find. It's either sometimes you find white and then black. Okay, so the white meaning the bullish candles, the black the bearish candles. So this is the trading area. You see the candlesticks here, and then these candlesticks, in accordance with whatever time frame that you choose, this candlestick correspond the movement of the market within this time period. All right. So getting to the end, I'll go in a little bit into the candlesticks for us to understand it. Now, I skipped something very interesting here. When you take the market and probably you have your eyes fixed on particular pairs, you can actually, we see these stars beside them. So let me just arrange them again. So maybe I'm interested in um, some BNB pair. So I just type BNB. So probably BNB USDT. You can see that this is, filled with yellow. It means that it's a favorite. I'm looking out for this coin. So let me just make BNB ETH my favorite, BNB BTC my favorite. Now this makes these pairs outstanding. So you don't have to always come looking for them. Okay. So you basically have them start or as your favorite so that you can find them easily. So when you come to the top here, you can see that we have this favorite, sign. When I click them, it means it's going to show me all the pairs that I have them as my favorites, and it's going to help me easily find them. Okay, so you can easily navigate them without having to always look for them. So that is one very interesting use here. Now down here, you see this side here, you can see that is the volume. Okay, so we have these bars showing us the volume, right? Let me go back to my BNB USDT. That will pretty much show us a lot of volume here, right? So you can see here, and this is the volume, and the volume is basically telling us the activity, okay, the buys and the sells within a particular time period. So this is the volume, the volume it defaultly shows most of the time. If you don't want it, you can just take it away. All right, so that is the volume bar. Now let me just move a little bit. Coming to the left side, you're going to see this little icon here. And remember, we are still in the original, okay? So we'll go into the trading view soon. But when kind of click this, it opens up a nice toolbox here. So these two boxes will help you with your trading, okay? So whatever, trading style you have, whatever patterns you want to draw, whatever you want to do, these tools are going to help you. I will elaborate these tools when I move to the trading view. But you'll be wondering what is basically the difference between the original view and the trading view. Now, the original view is what is originally given to us from Binance, but the trading view is a software that's been integrated, and it basically helps us in such a way that it has tons and tons of tools. It has more tools than what we have here in the original view. So I basically want to go through the tools when we move to the trading view. And let me move down. I think I have exhausted what we have here. But when we move down, this is the area where you can put in your trades. Okay, so if you're in the spot market, you want to buy a particular amount, and we have fully covered how to place trades, whether you're using the spot markets, the spot markets, whether it's a limit order, market order, whether we have the stop limits, where we have the OCOs and the trailing stop. Kindly check out our other videos, and we have fully gone through all these things here. Also margin trading, so when it comes to the cross and the isolated, that's Binance margin, whatever you want to do, you can just do that here. We are not here for that today. So when we come down here, you're going to see all your open orders. If you have a position, you're going to have your open orders showing nicely here. So this is the basic view we have for the original view. And I think that this is quite, a nice store that we have taken, though I left a little bit out. Here we have the technical indicator. So whatever technical indicator you want to add, when you come here, you can add that to it. In our previous times, we have covered technical indicators, and we're going to go into it today too. So whatever technical indicator, whether the MA, EMA, whatever you want to add, you can add it on and also adjust the settings, the colors, whatever you want to suit you. So you can add up that too. And when we come here, you can also check the display, whether you want your open orders to appear or not, and all that. So this is the original view, right? So this is original view. We can move into the trading view. It's basically just like the original view, just that it's infused with more tools that you can use. Okay, so right on the screen here, you can see we have some tools, indicators here, and I want to clear them. So I'll just quickly show how to add them. I think Kazim did a good job with that already, so I wouldn't waste much time. So this is the trading view chart, and I want to show a few more things that not on the original view. Now here you can see the various ways these market prices can be indicated. So here we have the candlesticks. You can have the bars, right? You can have the hollow candles here. You can have the line charts. Whatever, however you want it to be represented, you can actually get it here. So I'll go back to candlesticks. You can actually take a snapshot of your chart, so that probably you want to keep it and probably just oppose it another time or keep track of it. You can take snapshots. This is the icon for that. When you come here to, you can actually compare. So when you click on compare, it can help you actually compare an asset. It's going to overlay another asset over this one. Okay, so you can compare, you can add more assets over this same BNB USDT, and it's going to help you compare if you want to see trends or whatever you are studying. All right, so that is it. Let me just Okay, so let me quickly move into the settings basically. So you're going to find the settings here. But before that, you can actually click on the screen, and then it's going to bring out the settings so that you can actually adjust the colors, the background, whatever you want to do. When you click anywhere on the screen, it can actually help you do that. But I want to move toggle here, just here, something that looks like the gear. You can find the settings here. Now you can see that my chart has a dark theme. Okay, you can change it. If you open your chart and it doesn't look like mine, it doesn't mean there's any problem or anything of that sort. It's just a theme. I'm more comfortable using a dark theme. So if you want a light theme, you can just toggle this and it's going to give you a light theme for but I think I like my dark theme, so I'm just going to do it back. So when you toggle it, it gives you a light theme or a dark theme, whatever you want. Now you can also check the style settings. This we are in the fresh, so we can choose the traditional. You can see that it gives us another variation of colors, right? We can choose the color vision deficiency. Probably if you have, difficulty in seeing certain colors, this is here to also help you. So let's go back to fresh. I prefer to be in the fresh settings. Now, when you come here to, you can actually change the colors. Here you can see the green indicates that the candles are moving upward, and the red indicates the candles are moving downward. But you can change it the other way around, okay? So here, red indicates the candles are going upward and green downward. However you want it, you can, change it to suit your style. But I prefer green up, red down. Now, we have two layouts here. We have the order mode and the multiple charts. Okay, in the order mode, we have three different screen appearances. We have the classic, so we are in the classic. We have the advanced and the full screen. So when you have time, you can just play around these things. This basically change the orientation of how the order book and the other things are placed. I don't want to go into that because of time. Then we have the multiple charts. Now this chart is very, very good if you want to do maybe multi-time frame analysis. Okay, so you want to analyze a particular market 15 minutes 1 hour, and you want them to lay side by side, so you can just use the multiple charts. So let me just choose three charts. It's going to open in another chart for us to see how it looks like. So we're going to have BTC USDT. This is BTC USDT in three different charts. So you can actually change. If you actually want another pair, you can just put in another pair here. It doesn't necessarily have to be the same pair. If you want another time frame, whatever you want to do, and this is for more advanced level of trading, if you want to do a certain analysis or multi-time frame analysis or anything of that sort. So that is what you're going to do here in the settings, and the settings allows this. So basically, let me just close the settings. Basically, this is primarily what you need to know in the chart. And I believe that when you view the chart again, it's not going to be too clumsy. It's not going to make sense. But finally, I want to just add with the tools here. So we have various tools here. They all have different uses. So I want to start with the first one. Here's the trend line. And here we have various variants of the trend line here. So if you want to draw a trend, you just click on it, and then here you can have your trend on it. So if you want to draw a trend line, whatever you want to do, you can just pick up the various variants of it. Now, just in case you use particular tools and you don't always want to be coming to toggle up here and check it out, you can actually have favorites of them. Okay, so maybe the trend line, I can make it a favorite. I can also choose another, maybe horizontal line as a favorite. All right, so you can easily find them. So you can see that we have a favorite tab right here. You can see I'm just moving it around. There's a favorite tab, and it easily helps you find any tools that you want, so you don't always have to come looking for it here. So we come here, there are various, we have variants here. We have the Fibonacci here. So let me just add the Fibonacci retracement tool as my favorite. Yeah, So basically, all these tools, text, when you have time, you can just play around them. They have various purposes. You can add text, you can use the ruler, you can have the zoom, the magnet helps you, target some specific interest areas in the market. You can actually lock your drawing tools. You can actually stay in drawing mode. Locking drawing tools helps you in such a way that whatever line you draw does not move. Okay, it doesn't move, so it's static, and it helps you in your analysis. And if you don't want to see your drawing tools, you can just click on this, and then they all hide. Okay, so it hides and all that. So basically, you can apply these trading tools to your chart in accordance to however you want to use it. And these trading tools also help you in your analysis to form confluences. Okay, so that is basically how you apply these trading tools. And we also have the indicators. When you toggle here, you can add any indicator that you wish. So I want to add the moving average. So you just type for and look for the moving average. Okay, let me just say moving average adaptive. So you can see that it has added it to it. And when you come here, you can just check in the settings and then change it, whatever style, whatever color. You can do it for every single, you can do it for every single indicator and every single tool, no matter how you want to customize it in colors, whether it's a trend line, whatever it is, you can just adapt it to suit your style. And if you want to hide it, you click on this, it's hidden. Or if you want to delete it, you just remove it, and that gives you back a clean chart. So I hope this may be a little bit extensive to help you understand the whole charts that we have here. There are several other things that you can explore, but basically this gives you a full grasp of the basic things that you need to know. And it is very imperative that you can actually try and play around some of these tools and know how they work. Okay, play around them. Don't use fans to play around. You can just open up any chart and then try to apply them. We are going to have more and more tutorial sessions to help you use each and every one of these trading tools. So we're going to go into that. Now you can see that the last thing I want to show you is that you can actually view this in a full screen mode. Okay, so if you want a full screen mode, you can actually do it nicely. So it's going to help you in your analysis. So this is a full screen mode, and it removes all the other size as an order book, all the things that you don't need, and it gives you a nice view. You can draw your lines and do your analysis and do all that you have to do. And I told you that every single tool you apply, you can actually customize it here. So I can change it to yellow. I can change the thickness to make it thicker. I can have broken lines. I can clone, I can lock it, and I can finally delete it. So you can do that for every single tool, right? And the last thing I would like to mention is we've looked at the original chart, the trading chart, and moved to the depth. And the depth simply tells us, gives us an idea of the demand and the supply. Okay, the demand and the supply, areas of the chart. So we can see here, this represents the sell, and then this represents the buy. Okay, so the demand and the supply, you can see the sell walls created here. These are, let me say, orders that have not been executed, and they have piled up, that kind of thing. So it forms a wall. So this is, I believe that this was helpful, and at least has given you a fair understanding into the Binance trading chart, the original view, the trading chart view, and the depth. All right. So Kazim, I think you can take it up from there.
All right. All right. Thank you very much, V. That's very, very awesome and very, very comprehensive and extensive tutorial. Let me just share my screen while I go on. There are a couple of questions, rather, but I would want us to just probably finish the session, then take the few questions we will take after the whole session.
Okay.
All right. A minute, please. Okay, yeah. I don't know. My screen is not up currently, so I believe it should be up very soon. All right. Now, just to mention again that whatever we discuss here should never be taken as any financial advice, but just as educative content. And please do your own research very, very well. We are gradually getting into trading proper. Definitely, this is just for newbies. With newbie walkthrough, then we are doing a lot of things to take you from absolute newbie to a beginner and probably understand more of trading. And that's what we're doing. So please do your research very well. Everything still comes down to practicing. Everything that has been shown to you now needs you to also go back, check the chart, look at the tools that were not even mentioned, explore them, and understand what they do. Then before you know it, you gradually becoming an expert. So becoming an expert is not in a day, but we have to just keep practicing and learn day in, day out. I'm still waiting for my screen to come up. Wow. Okay. So now, while waiting for, let me just quickly go into it. So before I take us through the practical aspect of the common indicators, I would definitely want to recap on what we have discussed before now. Before now, we've taken us through a lot of things. Even we've mentioned indicator. We've talked about this indicator. So let's just do a brief recap of these indicators. We talked about lagging and leading indicators. To just put it simple, lagging indicators, just for the benefit of those who were not around when we discussed it, lagging indicators are applied to long-term analysis. So based on historical economic performance or previous price data, while leading indicators can provide information about trends that are yet to emerge. So I believe we all know the difference between lagging and leading indicators. Meanwhile, we have the third one, which is the coincident indicators, which provide information about the current economic situation. And during our last class as well, we talked about the popular technical indicators that are used in technical analysis by most traders. And these are the moving average convergence divergence, MACD, which is popularly called MACD. We also have the RSI, the relative strength index, and the Bollinger Bands, which is usually referred to as BB. So let me just give us a brief summary about these common indicators. The MACD, which is the moving average convergence divergence indicator, or sometimes referred to as oscillator, is a good buying and selling and momentum indicator, and one of the most popular indicators used. You hardly hear any trader who trades frequently that wouldn't mention MACD to you. If you ask them to mention top three indicators, before they mention three, they will definitely mention MACD as one of their favorites. So it's very, very popular. And MACD divergence, this is something that is very popular among traders as well. So because when using MACD, it also gives you an opportunity to spot divergence on the chart. So what divergence does is it refers to two underlying moving averages moving apart. And while the convergence in the MACD name refers to two underlying moving averages coming towards each other. We're going to see that in a short time now. So basically, we also talked about RSI. RSI is a momentum indicator that shows whether an asset is overbought or oversold. That's basically what it's used for in most cases. So, and it does this by measuring the magnitude of recent price changes. The standard setting that people usually use, that traders usually use, is the forcing period setting. You can use any period setting that would deem fit. The data is then displayed as an oscillator that can have a value between 0 and 100. So while using our RSI, you're going to see how we're going to set it to spot our overbought and oversold region. And the last one that we'll be looking at today is the Bollinger Bands, BB. During our last class, we gave a simple guide on which is that if the price of an asset makes its way above the moving average and exceeds the upper Bollinger Band, it is probably safe to assume that the market is overextended, or you can just say the market is overbought. Or if the price touches the upper band multiple times, that may indicate a significant resistance level. So we know Bollinger Bands comprises of the upper band and lower band and the middle moving average. We're going to see that right now. So I don't know if my screen up now. Can you see my screen, V? Can you please confirm if my screen is visible now?
Um, I can't see your screen, unfortunately.
Oh, so I think we need to a minute, please. Emmanuel should assist us with that. A minute, please. Okay, that should be done very soon. Just give a minute. I need to just share the chats. It has been shared, so we need the manual to please activate it. Yeah.
Okay, as we wait for Emmanuel, I just want to mention that yes, if you check the link, you have giveaway forms there, so you can actually fill it. And kindly note that expect a rewards in 2 or 3 weeks time. Okay, so you can just find the link there, fill it, and also give us a good rating if you are loving our show. All right, so Kazim, you can take it up.
All right. Yeah. Okay, while we wait for the screen to be activated and shared, let me just throw you some few questions I think I see here. So while we wait, so that we don't just waste the time. Someone is asking, although it doesn't really look related to what you discussed, but the person is asking if we notice trading volume of a coin keeps increasing without any impact on increasing the coin value, what does it mean? So this is from Muhammad Najib. I don't know if you got that question. If we notice trading volume of a coin keeps increasing without any impact on increasing the coin value, what does it mean? Do you have any
Well,
comment about on that?
yeah, I basically, I explained that the trading volume basically tells us the activities, the buying and selling activities on it. So basically, when you see a rising market, okay, in a rising market, you should see increasing volume, indicating that the buyer interest, right? So if you see a typically rising market, you should see increasing volumes, and higher volumes indicates that there's more liquidity in the market. So basically, this volume gives us an idea that then the market is very liquid. All right, it gives us, though the liquidity is basically, how much, let me say, in terms of value, of volumes you have for a particular price. Basically, when we look at the volumes basically give us idea that the market is highly liquid. So for any rising market, you should see increasing volumes, and for any declining market, we should see decreasing volume. So that's basically the relation. But I don't know if Kaz, you have anything in addition to talk about that
Yeah,
in
definitely.
relation.
Yeah, you've actually said it all because just like you mentioned, having a huge volume or the volume keeps increasing means there is more participation and more trading going on. More interest is coming to the coin. So, but you just have to use other tools because not a single technical indicator or a single tool is enough to tell you where a market or a price of an asset is heading to. That's why you have to combine different tools to know what's actually going on in the market. So that's what I actually wanted to also show us, but it seems Emmanuel is not online. Uh, it seems he's not online, and there's no way I could have shared this screen without him putting us on.
And let me just add something little to what you just shared. And it's really important that, as traders, you look for confluences, right? So probably you saw me showing a number of these indicators or even some tools. You don't just have to take them, just isolate them and say, okay, the volumes are high, let me just go and buy, or the volumes are low, let me just go and sell. There are so many things that should, come together as a confluence to affect your idea. And you should have a trading plan, right? We'll be going to that. Your trading plan, what your trading plan says, what you are looking at, what are the various things that are coming together to form your trading plan. You don't just take one in isolation and go and buy or go
Yeah,
and sell, or just take what
yeah,
one indicator is telling you and jump into it. But so many things
exactly.
going to, and we have not even talked about risk management and other things. So I mean, these are just tools to guide you, and you need to have confluences in order to make informed decisions in the market.
All right. So painful now that my screen is still not coming on because of the absence of our manager here right now. So, but it's just painful that just like what we just mentioned about combining tools to tell you what you should do before you take a position on the market. You need to combine indicators. For instance, I would have shown us probably if we still have time by the time my screen comes up. Uh, when you have MACD, you want to combine it with another tool, another indicator like RSI, or you have RSI. You want to combine it with Bollinger Bands, so it will give you a proper time or proper position to take, and you don't just jump into the market because RSI is telling you it's overbought. You could be seeing an RSI score over 75, and the asset will still increase in price from that point. That is because something else is still happening that another indicator is supposed to tell you that you are not seeing. It's possible because, for instance, you're using Bollinger Bands. There are certain times that the price of an asset will come through, will come and touch the what do you call it, the bottom part, the lower band of the Bollinger Band. When it touches that lower band, it is expected that it's supposed to go back to the middle, to the moving average in the middle. Meanwhile, there are certain times it will not go back and it will still go down because something else is happening in the market. Meanwhile, there are certain times it will go up back to the middle and you would expect it to probably still go up to the upper band. However, on the RSI indicator, the price, the RSI indicator might have probably gone down beyond, let's say, around that 17 or 25, even below 30, that was sold. However, it could still go down to extreme values like below 25, below 17. I wouldn't want to give us a financial advice, but sometimes, most times, when it goes below that score, around that 17, 20, it's usually a good time to take position, considering the fact that you have already taken into account another indicator such as the Bollinger Band or even the MACD to tell you, okay, is this thing is there probably going to be a retracement, or you spot the divergence on the chart. What I mean by divergence is this: let's say the price of the asset, the candlestick now are making, let's say, lower lows, while on the MACD is making higher lows. That means there is some kind of divergence at that time. I would have shown us that, but just that the screen is not showing now. So when you spot divergence, this candlestick pattern is telling you it's showing lower lows, while the MACD or even the RSI sometimes is telling you, showing you higher lows, provided that the RSI has already gone down to an extreme value of, let's say, around 20 or 25. Such movements now, when you spot such on the chart, it is a good time for you to take position. But it still requires you to do your research very well and know that also when okay, now you can use 3 indicators. You're using RSI, you're using MACD, you're using Bollinger Bands. Price of an asset could be moving sideways. So if you are not able to spot that it is moving sideways, because most of these technical indicators are very good when you are in a trending market, when the market is either moving in a bullish direction or moving in a bearish direction. But when the market is moving sideways, you have to take extreme cautions, because when it is moving sideways, or the Bollinger Bands now, the upper and lower bands are very close, and there is a thin space between the upper and lower Bollinger Band. You want to be very, very careful and wait until there is a breakout, because when there is a very small space between the upper and lower Bollinger Bands, if the price of the asset, if the candlestick now breaks out in any of the direction, if it breaks out up, there is a very great tendency that it is going to move in an explosive manner. If it breaks downwards in a bearish manner, it's definitely going to go down very, very fast, and to a very large extent, you might lose a lot of money if you probably have taken position because you think the price has hit the bottom, the lower band of the Bollinger Band. So I just wish this screen could come up. I think Emmanuel is not online. There is nothing I could do to bring up the screen. There is nothing at all.
Yes, yes. Unfortunately, maybe we can look at some more questions, and then
Yeah.
we maybe probably look at the charts more. So I saw someone was asking, does the order book contain charts which have, I mean, trades which have not yet been executed? I want to see if I can read it. Um, okay, so just a moment. I think we answered that question about the trading volume. Okay, so um, okay, so you find trades. Okay, I think there's a question. You find trades that are not executed yet on the order book. Yes. So the order
Yes.
book basically contains pending orders, right? So it shows us all the buy and the sell orders which are yet to be executed. So basically, that's what the order book does. And when we look at the depth chart that I showed, that's just a graphical representation of the order book, basically.
Order book. Yeah.
So the
Yeah.
depth, yes, so the
Ju-
depth itself gives us a graphical representation of the order book.
Yeah,
All right. So
just to add to that, that is why when you place an order, there is a yellow dot on the order book. If you notice, that is if your order is actually close to the limit price, to the last price of the asset. If your order is very close to the top, or to the probably you're placing a sell order, if it's close to the last price of the asset, you will see a yellow dot beside that your order, your order price. That means your order is still pending. When your order is executed, that is when it's taken off the order book and is executed. And having a pending order, if you can also just you can expand the order book to see numerous orders that are not even shown on the normal trading area, because only few of the orders are shown. You can also still check enough order book, go down the depth and see the pending order that, because just like you have, let's say you have the price of BNB at let's say 320 BUSD now. You could have someone place a sell order at 500 BUSD, and their order is on the order book, which means it is on the order book as a pending order waiting to be executed. There is a question here as well, I think for you. The person is saying, Mohammed Najib is asking, why at the current market, the pair of, for example, BNB USDT and BNB BUSD don't seem to be the same in value? You have a comment on that?
all right. So first of all, let me talk about stable coins. So you can see that BNB is being paired to BUSD and USDT. But I will interest you to know that at every point in time, these two stable coins are not the same price. Theoretically it's supposed to be $1, but when you look at the charts, because of forces of demand and supply, they are actually not equal to $1. So the difference in the prices of USDT and BUSD affects the pairs, and that affects the prices because BUSD and USDT are not the same price at every point. So I don't know if
Point.
Cars, you want to add something to
Yeah,
that.
exactly. For you to get an idea of what V just said about them not being the same price at every point in time. Sometimes BUSD could be worth more than USDT. That is probably when USD lost its peg, probably from one USDT to $1 to probably 0.998. So as long as the prices fluctuate, definitely you're not going to have the same price on BNB USDT pair and BNB BUSD pair. So it depends on the price of the stable coin at that point in time.
All
All right.
right.
So I really apologize that we're not able to share my screen because I would have been able to take us through the practical illustration of the common indicators that I've already discussed. But let me see if there is still more questions there for us to talk about. And please remember to fill the giveaway form, and also always remember that the giveaway, if you win, if you're selected as one of the winners, you don't get it instantly. You get it at least 2 weeks after this event. And please join the communities. If you're from Nigeria, you join the Binance Nigeria group at Binance Nigeria. If you are from Ghana, you can join the Binance Ghana group at Binance GH Binance. It helps you to stay informed and know what is coming up, upcoming event. And also, before we got to this stage, before we get here, that currently taking these indicators and charts, we've already done a lot of sessions. Please just tap on the Binance Africa YouTube channel to watch the previous videos on all the events that I've been holding, so you can learn from the beginning of from the onboarding process to introduction to sports and margin and everything we have already discussed in the past. So that would really do you good and help you in your journey into the crypto space. Okay, let me
Okay,
see.
so maybe I can just use a few minutes, probably when I was just showing up the charts, probably let me just go over, let's just use that few minutes to just look at the chart again. So let me see if I share my screen, we can see that. I
I'm not
just
sure
want,
your screen would share, but try it. Try it.
okay, let me share.
Try sharing your screen. Yeah,
Yeah, let me share and see. If
I think he's online now, but still not. His message has delivered, but
Okay, so I don't know. Can you see my screen? Or
no. Can't see your screen.
all right. Okay, then I think that's
Okay, yeah, I can see your screen. Or no.
all
I think it's my screen. It's Can you see my screen? It's my screen showing.
okay. Let me see. Yeah, that's your screen. Finally.
All right. Well, let me just take a few minutes to just show us a little bit of what I intended to show us. Okay, quickly. V has already shown us how to add these indicators, how to even go to full screen. So I'll just go to full screen immediately to just let us be able to see it clearly. This is the BTC USDT chart, the one in 1 hour time frame. So these are the candle chart. Now I want to add this trading indicator. The first one I want to look at is the Bollinger Bands. When you tap on the technical indicator, I'm using the trading view chart. Just like V mentioned, we have the original, the trading view chart, and the depth. So I'm using the trading view chart. So what I want to do is add the Bollinger Bands. What you do is just type BOLLING. So you see the Bollinger Bands come first in the list. Tap on the Bollinger Bands. We have the Bollinger Bands here. Now I have the Bollinger Bands, but like I mentioned, the Bollinger Bands or just a single indicator can never give you accurate interpretation of what is happening in the market. You have to combine them. But before we combine them, let's see the Bollinger Bands play in itself. Okay, first thing is I want to edit it to change the color and to be able to view it and for my own self. So it depends on your preference. If you like the colors as displayed, you can leave it. So I probably want to take it to white just for it to be more visible. Okay, so I have the upper band, which is the upper line in white now. I want to give the lower band as well. I want to give it yellow just to distinct it from each other. Okay, now I have the Bollinger Bands. Let me zoom in for us to see what's going on. Okay, so I believe we can see clearly now. So this is the Bollinger Bands. So when the price of the asset touches the upper band here, it's probably one of the good times to just sell and take profit, because there is high possibility that it's going to retrace back to the middle moving average. So this is the moving average line. The red line in the middle is the moving average, and it's also reversed to as the mean line. So mean in the sense MEAN means average. So it when the price of the asset touches the upper band, is definitely there is high possibility that it's going to retrace back to the middle or even beyond it. So also the same way, if the price of the asset touches the lower band, there is high possibility that it's going to retrace back to the middle line or even beyond it to the upper band. So why is this very useful? In the sense that when you are in the market and you want to trade an asset, you notice that as the price of the asset moves to an extreme level above the higher band, you probably want to be calm and be patient for the price of the asset to retrace and pull back to the moving average or even beyond it. So while this is a very good indicator that tells you when to buy or sell, it's still not enough to give you accurate times to take position in the market. That is why I will now add the RSI indicator. So what I want to do is just tap on the indicators. I'll add the RSI, which is the relative strength index. So it's the first on the list, relative strength index. Okay, so now we have the relative strength index, and we can still try to edit it to suit what we want to use it for. So what you do is just tap on the indicator, go to the settings. So I want to change some things. Like I mentioned, the standard setting for RSI is 14 period. So I could decide to change this to 13. So 13 period. Also, you can change the background. So let me change the background just to be able to have it visible enough for us. So let me change the background and change it to, let's say, white. Okay, I'm changing the line now to white, and I could remove the background as well. Remove the background or leave it as it is. Okay, now we have the RSI. We have the upper limit at 70, and that is also set here. If you believe you want to change it, you can also change the figure. We have the upper limit at 70 and you have the lower limit at 70. So what this means is that when the RSI line now, when the RSI score of the asset goes below 30, this is the 30 line and this is the 70 line, which is 70 is the upper limit and the 30 is the lower limit. So if the RSI score goes below the 30 line, you want to assume that the asset is oversold. But when it goes up beyond the upper limit at 70, at RSI score of 70, then it goes beyond it, then you want to assume that the price of the asset is overbought and there is a high chance that the price of the asset is going to come down. That is what you can see happening on the chart here. So you can see at this point when the price of the asset went beyond this RSI score of 70, you have the price of the asset it went up beyond the upper limit of the Bollinger Band. Then what happened after that moment? It retraced back towards the middle line, and that's what you are seeing here as well. So if you had sold your asset and you would have made your profit, or if you bought at this point when the RSI has already gone beyond the score of 70, then you probably are in loss by the time it retraced back to this point. So by the time it retraced back and you panic sell, you probably lost your money. So this is where the combination comes in. Also, you could spot divergence using this method as well, because it is not enough to say, okay, when the RSI, when the price of the asset touches the lower band of the Bollinger Bands, then you want to just buy, because sometimes it could still be going down. That's what you see happen here. So it touches the lower band, went up, still came down, and still went lower. So that could happen. But let me just give us an hint when you're using these two indicators. When you're using these two indicators, and you notice there is this distance, the space between the upper and lower band is contracting, and you're having lower and lower space happening between them. So what you want to do is let me just get a trend line, something to just show us what's happening there. Okay, we have this section and we have this section as well. You could see there's a contraction happening here. So you want to take caution and see what is going to happen before you take position. So that is why I mentioned that when the price of the asset now breaks in any direction, it tends to move up aggressively. So that's why by the time this price of asset moves out of this contraction, it went up massively to this point. Then after moving up that massive, and the other side also is saying that this asset is overbought. So it's had to retrace back and went even lower than where it's moved up from. So these are the things you have to take note. Combine these indicators to tell you and give you proper information in the chart in the market before you take position. Okay, let me just quickly show us MACD. So let me just remove this. Let's remove this RSI. Let's remove this RSI and bring in a MACD. Sorry, I have to rush now because of the time. Okay, so this is MACD. So MACD combine it consists of the MACD line and the signal line. In essence, the MACD line is the shorter period line, which is the 12 period moving average, and you have the signal line, which is longer period, which is 26 moving average line. So basically, when the short period moving average crosses over the longer period moving average and moves under the longer period moving average, then you tend to be in a bearish direction. But when it crosses over and goes above the longer period moving average, then you're probably in a bullish direction. Also, when you are taking position, you want to take position most times below the zero level. This is the zero level where when the histogram forms below the zero level line here, then it's in a bearish direction. But when it forms above the zero line, then you're probably going in the upper direction. So you want to take position underneath the zero level here. But if you don't want to take position there, because sometimes there is no confirmation that you are retracing to the upward direction, you want to be careful and still wait until there is a confirmation above the zero level, such that you have another crossing. Let's look for that on this chart if you can get. Okay, you have a crossing here just around the zero level here. So when you have that and you have the MACD line moving separating from each other, and the shorter period line moving above the longer period moving average line, then you are probably in a bullish direction, and you can take position and quickly take profit when you spot it going in an unfavorable direction. So there is still not enough time for us to go deeper into this. I was still going to go deeper sometimes in the nearest future. So I want to stop here. So just to give us enough time to take a look into more indicators in the next class. So I'm very sorry that we're not able to share our screen in time. So that gave birth to this rushing that we're seeing now. Thank you very much. So V, I just want us to stop here.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, that was really in depth by Kazim. And as we've said before, do make time to practice these things on your own.
That's very important.
Explore,
Yeah.
practice as much as you can, and because practice is actually going to help you have a good hold of the tools, the indicators, how to change the settings and all that. And just to give you a little tip so that you will be here next week when we are back here for the Binance newbie walkthrough. We looked at the candlesticks, and I told you we have bullish candlesticks and bearish candlesticks. Now, not all bullish candlesticks are alike, and not all bearish candlesticks are also alike. So we're going to go into the various bullish candlesticks, their patterns, and what they tell you. So make sure that you don't miss next week's session, and we are happy to have you here. Do
Yeah.
follow the giveaway.
Also, I want to mention that we want to hear from them. They should
Yeah.
please drop a comment if you want us to look at any topic, any part of trading or Binance ecosystem that gives you issues. Please drop your comment on what you think you want us to talk on next, and we'll definitely look at it and do justice to it. So please remember to drop your comment, share the videos, share the events with your friends for them to also level up their knowledge in the trading, in the crypto trading. Thank you very much, and we'll see you same time next week at 6 p.m. West African time. Thank you very much. Do
All
have a
right.
lovely weekend.
Okay. Bye.
Bye bye.